Chosen one, this message didn't find you by accident. God led you here for a reason. You've been chasing, pursuing, and striving for things you thought you needed to survive. But heaven is saying to you right now, stop running. Stop chasing. I am sending it to you. The blessing, the opportunity, the connection, the provision, it's already in motion. Your role is not to force it, but to align yourself so it can find you. This is not just encouragement. It's a divine instruction. And in this message, we are going to break it down into 7 powerful chapters so you fully understand what God is doing in your life right now. Before we dive deep, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, because this message isn't just another word. It's a prophetic confirmation straight from heaven for the chosen ones, and a heartfelt thank you to everyone who's been supporting through Super Thanks. God bless you abundantly. Your faithfulness, your support, and your presence do not go unnoticed in this space. To every chosen one who listens, aligns, and applies these words, you are part of something divine. If your spirit feels this frequency, type 77 in the comments right now. That number is not random. It's a sacred signal to heaven and the universe that you're ready. Ready to receive without chasing. Ready to attract what's meant for you instead of exhausting yourself running after it. Ready for divine provision, divine opportunities, and divine connections that have already been written into your destiny. Not everyone will stay until the end of this message. Only those truly aligned. But those who do will gain clarity, deeper awareness, and prophetic understanding of why God told you to stop chasing and how He is about to deliver exactly what belongs to you. This is not just something you hear and move on from. This is a living word, a divine instruction, a blueprint that unfolds in layers. Watch it again whenever your spirit calls, because each time, another dimension of revelation will be revealed to you. Let's dive into it. Chapter 1. The Weight of Chasing. Chosen one, let's be honest, chasing has left scars on your soul. How many nights did you lie awake, overthinking, plotting, and worrying about how you would make things happen? How many times did you force yourself into situations, relationships, or opportunities only to end up broken, exhausted, and empty? At the time, you told yourself, "This is what I have to do to survive." But deep inside, something always felt off. That's because chasing never felt natural to your spirit. It only felt natural to your fear. You see, the world teaches you to chase. It says, if you want it, go after it. If you don't fight for it, someone else will take it. Hustle harder. Don't sleep until you get it. And while there's nothing wrong with effort, there is something wrong with desperation. There's something wrong with running after things that God never told you to run after. Because when you chase outside of His will, you end up carrying a weight He never gave you. That's why chasing feels so heavy. It's like running on a treadmill. You burn energy, but you go nowhere. You thought chasing would lead you closer to destiny, but all it did was lead you deeper into fatigue, confusion, and disappointment. That's because chasing blinds you to the truth. What God has for you does not run from you. Chosen one, every door you forced open through chasing closed just as quickly, because it wasn't built on divine timing. It was built on human striving. Every person you begged to stay eventually left because they weren't sent by God. They were pulled in by desperation. Every opportunity you ran after fell apart because it wasn't aligned with your purpose. Chasing is always costly. It costs your peace, your energy, your joy, and sometimes even your dignity. But here's the revelation. Chasing is rooted in fear, while receiving is rooted in faith. Fear whispers, "If I don't go after it, I'll lose it forever." But faith declares, "If it's mine, it will find me." Fear makes you grab for crumbs, but faith prepares you for the feast. Fear makes you settle for temporary fixes, but faith holds out for eternal fulfillment. God is teaching you that your blessing doesn't need to be chased, it needs to be trusted. You don't have to prove yourself, beg for acceptance, or force opportunities. You only have to position yourself in obedience and let the promise unfold in its season. When the time is right, what belongs to you will not pass you by. Chosen one, chasing was never your lifestyle. It was your lesson. It showed you the emptiness of self-dependence and the futility of running in circles. It revealed that your human strength alone could never build the life God promised you. And now, you're stepping into a higher truth. You don't chase blessings. You attract them through faith, obedience, and alignment with God's will. The weight you carried wasn't a punishment. It was a sign. God allowed you to experience the exhaustion of chasing so you would finally understand the beauty of resting in Him. He let you see how empty the chase was so you could finally discover how full the waiting is. So hear this. The blessing is not running away from you. It's running toward you. The spouse you've prayed for is being prepared. The provision you need is being lined up. The opportunity that matches your purpose is being released. You don't need to chase anymore. You just need to be ready. Chapter 2. The God who sends. Chosen one, when God says, "I am sending it to you." He is not making a suggestion. He is making a declaration. He is revealing His nature as Jehovah Jireh, the God who provides. Provision has always been in His character. From the first breath He gave Adam, to the daily manna in the wilderness, to the bread and fish Jesus multiplied for thousands, God has always proven one truth. He is the sender. You see, the world has trained you to believe that everything depends on your connections, your hustle, and your endless pursuit. But heaven has been trying to teach you that what you need does not come from human striving. It comes from divine sending. Think about the children of Israel in the desert. They had no fields, no farms, no bakeries, yet every morning fresh manna was waiting for them. Not because they chased it, but because God sent it. Elijah sat by a brook in famine, and ravens, the most unlikely delivery system, brought him bread and meat every day, not because he went looking, but because God sent it. When Peter was out fishing all night and caught nothing, Jesus told him to cast his net one more time. The fish came rushing, not because Peter chased them, but because God commanded them. Chosen one, hear this. The blessing is not in your chasing, it's in God's sending. Your job is obedience. His job is orchestration. Your assignment is positioning. His assignment is provision. When heaven decides it is your time, what belongs to you cannot get lost, cannot be delayed, and cannot be stolen. It will find its way to your doorstep. And notice something. When God sends, it always comes in alignment, not in chaos. What you chase often leaves you drained, but what God sends arrives with peace. What you chase often slips through your fingers, but what God sends fits perfectly, like it was always meant to be there. Because it was. The spouse you've been praying for, the financial breakthrough you've been waiting on, the destiny connections you've been longing for, they are not hidden from you. They are being dispatched to you. God is not preparing the blessing without preparing you. He is aligning both the package and the recipient. That's why some things felt delayed. They weren't denied, they were simply waiting for you to be ready. Chosen one, stop stressing over how it's going to come. Stop worrying about who will bring it or through what channel it will appear. God has a million ways to send what you need, and He only needs one. He sent water from a rock, bread from the sky, money from a fish's mouth, healing through a word, and salvation through a cross. If He could do all that, what makes you think He cannot send what you're praying for? When God sends, it carries His signature. No man can take the credit. No enemy can intercept it. No delay can destroy it. When it arrives, it will arrive with such perfection, such timing, and such clarity that you will know without a doubt. This came from God. Chosen one, your days of chasing are over. You are about to enter your season of receiving. The same God who sent manna, who sent ravens, who sent provision, is the same God who is sending your blessing. And this time, it won't come through your panic, your striving, or your desperation. It will come through His divine orchestration. Chapter 3, Preparation over Pursuit. Chosen one, the reason God tells you not to chase is not because He wants you idle, lazy, or unbothered. It is because your energy must be redirected toward preparation, not pursuit. The pursuit of things can leave you worn out, anxious, and spiritually distracted. But preparation focuses your spirit, disciplines your habits, and shapes your character so that when the blessing arrives, you can handle it. When you chase, you often end up knocking on doors that were never meant for you. You waste energy trying to fit into circles that were never aligned with your assignment. You run in circles only to find that the very thing you were chasing either slips away or drains you once you catch it. That's why God whispers, "Stop chasing, start preparing." Because the blessing He has appointed for you will not require desperate pursuit. It will require readiness. Look at Joseph. Before he ever stepped into Pharaoh's palace, before he wore the signet ring of authority, he went through a season of preparation. The pit, the prison, and the betrayal were not wasted. They were training grounds. By the time Pharaoh called for him, Joseph was not scrambling to become the man he needed to be. He was already prepared. The opportunity simply revealed the preparation that had been done in secret. Chosen one, this is your time of refining. Instead of asking, "When will it come?" start asking, "Will I be ready when it does?" Because when God sends it, you won't have time to suddenly start building the foundation. The door will open quickly, and your preparation will determine if you can walk through boldly or shrink back in fear. This is why God has been nudging you to build discipline. This is why your old habits no longer satisfy you. This is why He keeps pulling you away from distractions and environments that drain your spirit. He is sharpening you, elevating your mindset, and stretching your capacity. Because the blessing He is sending is bigger than what you are used to carrying. Think of David. When Samuel anointed him king, he didn't chase the throne. He went back to the fields, tending sheep, playing his harp, and fighting lions and bears. What looked ordinary was preparation for slaying Goliath and leading Israel. Had David spent his energy chasing the crown, he would have missed the preparation that gave him the strength to wear it. Preparation doesn't always look glamorous. Sometimes it looks like isolation. Sometimes it looks like waking up earlier than everyone else. Sometimes it looks like studying when no one is watching, praying when no one applauds, or disciplining your body and mind when others are wasting time. But chosen one, the hidden seasons of preparation are proof that God trusts you with something weighty. Hear me. The blessing is already en route. The connections are being aligned. The opportunities are being written with your name on them. The finances, the resources, the favor. They are already dispatched. The real question is, will you be spiritually, mentally, and emotionally prepared to handle it when it knocks at your door? If you are not ready, the blessing could feel like a burden. If you are not disciplined, what was meant to prosper you could overwhelm you. This is why God, in His love, delays certain things until you are prepared. Not because He's punishing you, but because He refuses to let a blessing destroy a vessel that is not ready to carry it. Chapter 4. The Danger of Desperation. Chosen one, there is a fine line between desire and desperation. Desire, when surrendered to God, fuels preparation and faith. But desperation, when rooted in fear, anxiety, or impatience, can lead to dangerous compromises. When you chase something so badly that you feel you cannot live without it, you open the door to settling for less than God's best. Desperation blinds discernment. It makes you think, maybe this is good enough. Maybe this is all there will ever be for me. And so, instead of waiting on heaven's delivery, you grab what's convenient, what's available, or what looks shiny in the moment. But chosen one, what is birthed out of desperation rarely lasts. It often comes with hidden traps, with strings attached, and with the lingering ache of regret. Think about Abraham and Sarah. God promised them a child, but in their desperation to see it happen quickly, they forced the promise through human effort by bringing Hagar into the picture. The result was tension, pain, and generational conflict. Yet when they finally waited on God's timing, Isaac, the child of promise, arrived without compromise. The lesson is clear. Desperation produces Ishmaels, but patience produces Isaacs. When you chase something prematurely, you risk stepping into situations that look good but are not God. You risk being tied to people who do not carry the grace to walk with you. You risk investing in opportunities that drain your spirit instead of elevating your calling. And worst of all, you risk delaying the very blessing you were meant to receive. God doesn't want you caught in cycles of settling. He doesn't want you entering relationships that break your heart because you couldn't wait for the right one. He doesn't want you trapped in jobs, deals, or positions that suffocate your purpose because you couldn't wait for His appointed door. That's why He's saying, don't chase, wait on me, I will send it. When God sends it, there is no manipulation, no confusion, no second-guessing. What He sends aligns with peace. It carries confirmation. It matches your spirit. And most importantly, it comes without hidden costs. The blessing of the Lord makes rich, and He adds no sorrow with it. What God sends will never require you to sacrifice your dignity, your values, or your covenant with Him. Desperation, on the other hand, will always try to trick you into thinking the temporary is permanent. It whispers, if you don't grab this now, you'll miss out. But chosen one, you must remember, God's timing is not man's timing. What is truly yours cannot pass you by. What heaven has written for you is already secured. You don't have to chase it, and you don't have to fear losing it. Look back at your life. The moments you rushed, did they not end in disappointment? But the moments you waited, did God not exceed your expectations? That is why this chapter of your journey is about surrender. You must resist the temptation to chase, because chasing is fueled by desperation, and desperation is the breeding ground for mistakes. Chosen one, hear this. God is not withholding to punish you. He is protecting you. He is protecting you from counterfeit doors, from people who would misuse your gift, from opportunities that would waste your time, and from environments that would dull your spirit. Chapter 5. Alignment attracts. Chosen one, understand this truth. What God has prepared for you is not random. It is already assigned, already waiting, already carrying your name. But heaven does not release blessings into disorder. The things God is sending are drawn to alignment. When you walk in obedience, when your spirit stays clean, and when your faith holds steady through storms, you become like a signal in the spirit that heaven cannot ignore. You become a magnet. And just as a magnet does not run around chasing metals but naturally pulls them in, your alignment draws what belongs to you. When your heart is pure, when your character is refined, and when your soul is submitted, destiny cannot miss you. Opportunities begin to appear, favor begins to find you, doors begin to open that no man can shut. And it is not because you forced them or chased them, but because alignment made you the exact place where heaven could deliver its promise. This is why alignment matters so deeply. God does not release treasures into hands that are still reckless or hearts that are still bitter. He trusts his blessings with those who have proven faithful, with those who have learned patience, humility, and obedience. The seasons of testing you faced were never to punish you. They were to align you. And once alignment is established, attraction begins. This is why so many people chase and never catch what they are after. Chasing without alignment will always lead to exhaustion, but alignment reverses the flow. It causes blessings to chase you instead. Scripture says, "Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life." Notice it does not say you will follow goodness and mercy. It says goodness and mercy will follow you. That is the power of divine alignment. Alignment is not just waiting around. Alignment is preparing your life for what God is sending. If God is preparing to release wealth, alignment looks like learning stewardship and generosity. If God is preparing to release relationships, alignment looks like healing from old wounds and becoming whole within yourself. If God is preparing to release influence, alignment looks like humility, discipline, and excellence in your gift. You cannot attract what you are not prepared to handle. That is why God has been shaping your patience, your endurance, and your character. Once you are aligned, the release becomes automatic. Things will begin to happen that you did not chase or force. You will walk into opportunities you never applied for. People will mention your name in rooms you have never entered. Favor will come from unexpected directions, not because you ran after it, but because your spirit stood in alignment and heaven found you. Chasing is dangerous because it takes you out of position, but alignment keeps you in position. It makes sure that when heaven delivers, you are standing in the exact place where the blessing will land. Your assignment is not to chase. Your assignment is to align. Keep your heart clean. Keep your mind focused. Keep your faith steady. Because once you are aligned, what belongs to you cannot pass you by. Alignment attracts what chasing never could. Chapter 6. Your delay was divine timing. Chosen one, hear this clearly. Delay is not denial. The waiting season you have been through was not proof that God forgot you. It was proof that He was preparing you. Every time a door didn't open, every time you were told not yet, every time you felt like you were being overlooked, it was not rejection. It was divine protection. God was making sure that what He sends does not arrive before you are truly ready to receive it. Understand this. Blessings are heavy. They come with weight, with responsibility, with stewardship. If God had given you the breakthrough when you begged for it years ago, it would have broken you instead of blessed you. If He had released the opportunity before your character was formed, you might have misused it or let it slip away. The delay was not punishment. It was strategy. Heaven was aligning everything around you and within you so that when the blessing arrives, you will not lose it. You will multiply it. The delay was divine timing. Think about the wilderness you walked through, the tears, the struggles, the unanswered prayers. Those seasons were not wasted. They were training grounds. Every no taught you resilience. Every closed door taught you patience. Every season of lack taught you how to value what is truly priceless. If you look back closely, you will realize that while you thought you were being delayed, you were actually being developed. Chosen one, you were never behind. You were right on schedule. God had to allow time to strip away distractions, remove counterfeit opportunities, and protect you from traps you could not yet see. What felt like being stuck was really God's hand keeping you safe until the appointed time. You were never forgotten. You were being preserved. Now, after all you've endured, you are in position. The tears you cried watered the soil of your destiny. The storms you survived built strength in your spirit. The loneliness you endured sharpened your discernment. And the faith you held onto, even when nothing made sense, became the key that now unlocks what heaven is about to release. The delay was not random. It was the evidence that heaven has been carefully orchestrating the right moment. Everything about your journey was timed by God. The people you had to lose, the places you had to leave, the seasons of silence you had to walk through. All of it was designed to prepare you for what is now approaching. And here is the promise. The delivery is closer than you think. The season of waiting is shifting into the season of release. Doors that once remained closed are about to swing wide open. Prayers that seemed unanswered are about to manifest before your eyes. You will realize that nothing was late. It was all right on time. Chosen one, never again look at delay as wasted time. See it for what it truly is, divine timing. You were not being denied. You were being positioned. You were not being punished. You were being perfected. The delay was the evidence of God's love, not His absence. Now get ready, because everything you thought was held back is about to arrive. And when it does, you will understand why you had to wait as long as you did. It wasn't just delay, it was destiny waiting for the appointed time to be revealed. Chapter 7. Rest while He releases. Chosen one, the final instruction is both the simplest and the hardest. Rest. Not laziness, not apathy, not giving up, but true spiritual rest. The kind of rest that flows from unshakable confidence in the one who holds your life in His hands. Rest is not weakness, it is trust. It is the quiet strength of knowing that God has already gone before you, already made a way, and already set the delivery date for everything you've been praying for. Rest means you no longer have to strive to make things happen in your own strength. It means you stop trying to force doors open that were not meant for you, and you stop begging for what heaven has already commanded to come. You see, chosen one, when God has spoken, when He has declared a thing over your life, it is settled. Your chasing cannot speed it up, and your worrying cannot bring it closer. All it does is exhaust your spirit. That's why the instruction is, rest while He releases. This rest is active. It means walking in faith while trusting in His timing. It means showing up prepared, but not panicked. It means taking steps of obedience, but not out of fear of missing out of alignment with what God has already prepared. Rest is not about doing nothing. It's about doing what you can while trusting God to do what you cannot. It's about shifting from anxiety to assurance, from striving to surrender. Chosen one, your rest is a weapon. It confuses the enemy. It frustrates those who expect you to break under pressure. It silences the whispers of doubt that try to tell you you're behind or forgotten. When you rest in God, you declare with your spirit, I trust my Father. I know He will provide. I know He will deliver. I know what He promised is already mine. That kind of rest pulls the future into the present. It creates a spiritual atmosphere where heaven's release can manifest without resistance. Your health, your wealth, your opportunities, your relationships, everything that is meant for you has already been spoken into existence.